you need to know about ChatGPT and how to leverage it in your life and business in less than 7 minutes. If you don't know who I am, my name is Michael Kittinger, creator of the Business Automation Academy and owner of the company Scale Automatically. All right, so before I dive into the actual use cases of ChatGPT, it's good to have an understanding of what it is, how it relates to some of the other terminology like OpenAI that you may have heard thrown out, and then walk through some actual use cases, okay? So I am going to share my screen here and walk you through this. Now, OpenAI, I'm going to back up a little bit. OpenAI is a nonprofit organization that was started back in 2019 with the goal of creating a safe, usable artificial intelligence, basically. All right, and so it's a big think tank essentially to research, create, and promote safe and sustainable artificial intelligence. Okay. Within OpenAI, there's a couple different key components that you should understand. One is LLM, large language model. So ChatGPT, Google's Bard, these are all large language models, which a large language model essentially means that it is able to take in a large amount of language, understand it, conceptualize it, understand it, and be able to produce an appropriate response. Okay, so this is where the AI part comes in. It's a large language model. All right. So within that, there is different ways to leverage large language models. ChatGPT, the GPT stands for Generative Pre-trained Transformer. All you need to know there is it's basically taking in a lot of information, right? And it's generating responses off of pre-trained, so prompts it's been given, information. I'm not going to get into all the details, but for instance, Google Bard is not built on GPT. It's built on another model. Still a large language model, but a different model. It's essentially like ChatGPT is Apple operating system and Google Bard is Microsoft. Two different systems. All right. Why is ChatGPT so popular? How did it come about? All right. So we have GPT, which is this generative pre-trained transformer. ChatGPT was created as a way to have more conversational interactions. Okay, ChatGPT is just one model, one GPT model. There's quite a few others. In fact, it was originally not ChatGPT. It was originally trained as a much more technical experience. All right, ChatGPT came on the scene, and it was, hey, we're going to make this into more everyday language that people can use. All right. And so that's where the ChatGPT comes into. Now, there's different iterations. You've got ChatGPT 4 and 3.5 and all this. Those are just like version 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. And so that gives you some context. Again, OpenAI is the nonprofit like think tank. They created GPTs. ChatGPT came out. It's almost like Amazon. Was there online stores before Amazon? Yes. Amazon made it super easy to use, and it blew up. Everybody uses Amazon. ChatGPT is very similar. It was really the first like easy to use for everyday people, and so it blew up. Okay, so that's kind of a bit quick background. What can you use ChatGPT for? Anything, pretty much. The couple things to keep in mind is it is not up to date. So even ChatGPT 4, ChatGPT 4 Turbo, it's most recent as of about 18 months ago. Okay, so it won't do great on like current events. But other than that, it's awesome. It's really good. Okay, so when you're working with ChatGPT, the best thing is you want to give it, yes, you can just straight out ask questions. And in fact, I would recommend even like, I've got the app downloaded on my phone. Okay. And so you could say like, how do you make a chocolate cake? And it'll give you the recipe, things like that. So it definitely has plenty of day-to-day life applications. I use ChatGPT not quite as often as just Googling stuff, but it is definitely, I'm using it more and more to ask questions. Because instead of Google, where it just sends you a bunch of websites, like ChatGPT will actually craft the answer, okay? And so that's kind of a quick, like, personal thing, like, how do I do X, Y, and Z? You can ask ChatGPT, and it will give you a response. Now, we can take ChatGPT one step further by really customizing the prompts and the information we give it so that we get better responses. This is especially important in our business. We want to tell it what type of business we are, what type of output are we looking for. We want to give it context. If you're using ChatGPT or as the back end of like an AI bot, like we do in our business and with our clients, we set all that up. It's important to give it context. What type of business? What is the role that the AI bot should serve? What's the goal for the conversations? Is there anything in particular it should know about? And so you give it this like context, right? Boundaries, if you will. It's almost like a child. You give it the boundaries, and then you give it the freedom to produce its own responses. All right. And so let me show you a couple things here. The other thing I will say, I also use what's called Team GPT. So it's basically a front-end interface that connects to ChatGPT. One of the reasons I like this, and I'll just say this real quick, over here, they have pre-built personas. So this is like you could hard code these, and I do often directly into ChatGPT. But let's say you want the chatbot to be a copywriter, right? You can click on this. During this conversation, please assume the role of a skilled and creative copywriter. So you can see the prompt. All right, so you can use this, and now any questions you ask it, it will be coming from the viewpoint of a copywriter, of a marketing specialist, marketing agency. So that is one reason why I like Team GPT, because they have these different personas and prompts already created. They've got follow-up stuff already created, output examples already created. Again, do you need it? No, it was a lifetime deal, and it's been awesome. Okay, but let me come back here. So what do I mean by giving this context? Let me see. Actually, I'm just gonna hop over here because this is where think of this is ChatGPT basically with just an interface. Okay, so let me show you some of the cool things that you can do. For instance, I use GPT to create content. So you can see here, engage in conversation about using software AI automations, right? Which this is what I do, what our business does. This is our white label, go high level, Fractal CRM. Here's this and that. Now, here's what's really cool. When asked to create content, use the following guidelines. Top of funnel post should use ... Here's the goal of the top of the funnel post, middle of funnel post, bottom of funnel post. Monday, content should be top of funnel. Tuesday, it should be this. Wednesday, it should be this. Now, all I need to do is come in here and just say, create today's content. And it's going to take what I used before, and it's going to start creating. Sorry. OpenAI changed their billing like literally this morning. Before you got billed in arrears, so at the end of the month, now you have to actually set it up and you pay for it up front. So but you can see here, so like here, Thursday's bottom of funnel content. I basically said, create content for the day. Here's the image or graphic that I should use. Here's caption. Here's the post, including emojis. Here's the call to action. Boom. Sure, I'll go in, I'll review it, like a few things. But like, that's how powerful this is. Okay, and again, you can use it for anything. You can use it, let me see here. So I was helping somebody a little bit ago. They had a Loom recording, and they want to know, how can I create an SOP? You can take the transcript from the Loom recording, plug it in here, and ask ChatGPT to create you an SOP. Even better, if you have an example of an SOP, you can plug it in here. And now you can just, every time you need an SOP, you just record the talk through video, get the transcript, pop it in here. ChatGPT will do the rest. It will create the SOP for you. This is how powerful it is. So, a couple of the key things. Let me hop back over here to a couple of key things I use ChatGPT for in my own business: content creation, lead magnet ideas, copywriting, email generation, messaging. I use it for design ideas. So there's Dolly, like these GPT models can now create images and things like that. So you could say, hey, here's my business, create 3 different logo variations. Boom, spits it out. You can use it for, man, I mean, again, it's so powerful. Yes, I still recommend you go and review what it spits out. That's always a good practice. I use it for, AI conversations, booking bots. That's huge. Leads can come in, the bot can qualify them, and they can book directly on my calendar. And this is why I set up for my clients, or one piece of the overall system I set up for my clients. And now you don't need an appointment setter. You don't need somebody involved. You don't need somebody who has to take bathroom breaks or, calls it quits at 5 p.m. or whatever. Like, you can book appointments 24/7 without ever being involved. It is so awesome. It's so, like, once you start wrapping your head around this, it's so extremely powerful. What's funny is that you're like, oh, I don't know, what should I, like, what's the prompt I should use to enter for GPT? Ask ChatGPT. Like, here's the situation. What prompt should I use to get the best results? Again, you want to review it, certainly, test it, yes, but it definitely gives you a great starting point to where 80-20 rule, you're 80% there to the final thing. All right. Let me know if you have any questions. Let me know if you enjoyed this video, and hopefully this gave you some context into, and I'm recording this in February 2024. ChatGPT came out about 18 months ago, and it has exploded. It has already gone through so many increments of getting better and better. Like, it is scary. It's crazy scary how fast it's developing and evolving, and again, managing full conversations, booking appointments, closing sales, like answering FAQs, frequently asked questions and everything. So listen, if you are not implementing ChatGPT in your business, whether it's like an AI bot or just using it as leverage, as a way to jumpstart creating copy, creating content, creating lead magnets, whatever it is, you're going to be left behind, quite frankly. So I did go a little bit over 7 minutes, but hopefully you found this valuable. If you did, give me a like, give me a comment, and I appreciate you.